You are a very soft silk pillow and you are ready to be laid on, baby dolls. Welcome to the juiciest crypto news. Let's get it pumped up. You're not going to like the news today, though. I'm just warning you. Boring. Elon Musk on Joe Rogan's show. No one cares. Gary Gensler wishes happy birthday for Bitcoin. No one cares. Bear cucks are still sidelined. No one cares. The US Fed is still bluffing. Nobody cares. That's actually all that's going on. We are still battling through the zone. If you look at the Wyckoff distribution pattern, it's actually that SOS sign of strength zone for Bitcoin. The most important part of the news is actually what they aren't reporting. This is what I'm reporting. Why? Because I'm your friend. I am this Peppy playing some music for you in the middle of the desert. You understand? You drink beer. You pray for green candles and you'll be all right. Friends, this is actually really important, by the way. You see all this trash news? Don't worry about it. This one's really dangerous. I am now getting an extreme warning sign. There are many people saying that they are waiting for an all-time high exit. So all our portfolios are still way down. And I'm noticing Discord, Telegram, Twitteroonies, YouTube comments. I'm noticing it everywhere. People are saying all I want is a return to all-time high. And you know what that means? Either it's going to go really big and make them way more rich than they could ever imagine, or the crowd's going to be disappointed. Gotti G, if only we had, I don't know, 3 cycles of examples, 15 years of data to go through and analyze whether the crowd's going to be more rich than they think or less rich. Oh, golly gee. Well, you know what the answer is. It's less rich. 3 out of 3 times. Whenever they come into the bull market, family-friendly show, make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, or, and give that algorithm a very nice shock. Shock, 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 friends. 3 examples. Every time the retailers get bonked. Every single time. And they make way less money than they think. Not because there's a conspiracy. Not because the puppet masters are pulling strings. But because of how markets work. People only buy until the point where they can make a 2 to 3x. So the crowd's target is never met when you have these emotional swings. You don't have professional institutions and algorithms and scam Ponzi DCA up only like the stock market. We have people trying to get rich today. That's what we have. You don't have people trying to get rich today in the S&P 500. You have people trying to get rich in 10 years. So they're analyzing the stocks. That's what they're doing. That's the important part. So to put it bluntly, why did Bitcoin only stop at 60,000? Well, it's because the crowd's expectations was about 100 to 150. So because the average crowd's expectation was 100 to 150, they don't buy at 100. I know this is, I'm glad we can go through this, right? So if everyone's target was 100, no one buys at 90 because there's not enough money for the retailers to come in at the very end. They're like, I don't care about that. I'm here to make a 2x, baby. So they'll buy around 50. That's how you can tell. Well, I knew this. All my targets divided by 3 in 2021. I came to this conclusion. I'm here to tell you I learned this. And I went back and I went, oh, wow, this is how it all works. I figured it out. And now I share it with you. You divide all my targets by 3, you get where everyone puts. Why? Because my target was the average consensus target. You see? Now, unfortunately, why did I stick to my targets? It's because I made my targets in the bear market. I made my targets down here when no one believed in crypto at all. So I thought when we got there that I was going to be right. I'm like, because I made my targets during the times I was rational, not emotional. Doesn't matter. All that matters is what the crowd thinks. And if the crowd's coming in and the crowd now has your target, time to get out. True story. If you don't learn this the easy way, you're going to learn it the hard way. So what does this actually mean when everybody is saying, well, what are we going to do when it comes to this all-time high part? Well, you can actually do something, friends. It hits the fib level. You see, there's going to be Bitcoin hitting the fib levels, and there's going to be alt hitting the fib levels. So today, Bitcoin's hovering around $34,000. We had that nice, strong, green weekly close, which is actually beautiful to see. If we draw a fib from the top to the bottom, the 61% retrace is about $42,000 to $48,000. Right? I want to say the actual number is $48,000, but just don't get fixated on one price. It's a zone here. You're like, oh crap, this is going to be like that final 4-week period. That's what you want to think about. So you're like, oh, maybe I want to sell a third. Okay, instead that's 33%. So you say, okay, if I want to get rid of a third of my risk, maybe I'll just sell 5% today. Just 5%. Doesn't hurt. Okay, maybe the price is going to go higher, but at least I can sleep at night in case it does go higher. What's interesting is, if I go back and I do a fib, assuming the Dogecoin Mania was the actual top, the fib there is $46,000. So you can see, doesn't really matter where you do it. At least when Bitcoin is starting to have 40s in front of it, you go, okay, here we go. The bears are feeling the pain. They're feeling stupid. What are they going to do? That's where we get on high alert. This is the zone we're waiting for, and I think it'll just be perfect. We go there, 40K. They say the ETF is now approved, and then we do one more flush up to maybe to 46. Everyone's like, see, we told you the ETF's not priced in. That's actually what you want to see it. You want to see it go up, ETF approved. Huh? Oh, no, it's actually not approved. It's not priced in, but that's actually that final grasp. That's how markets move. That's why it's all a scam. You got to be careful. These type of things happen. Just to remind you as well, after they say the ETF is approved, the official trading day, according to Mike Novogratz, friend of the channel, he said it's about 2 months later, which I think is a perfect amount of time to trap everybody. But you know who's not trapping everybody? ChainLINK. Now, PainLink, the name, can only be removed, I think, if we get back to $30. So, I'm just being honest, friends. Every single one of my friends, we're all talking about the same thing. I'm telling you from all the DMs and the messages. They say, give me back an all-time high and I'll get out. Just give me back an all-time high for the altcoins and everything. I'll get out. I promise you. I know how they're thinking. And there's not enough people coming in. We've already got 419 million people in crypto. Now, if you can show me a path of more than 600 million people coming in, okay, we can talk about there being enough people. I don't think there's going to be. If you draw a fib on ChainLINK, you get about $30 to $35. But to be honest, because ChainLINK only dropped 90% in the bull market, I got a feeling it somehow breaks that high, comes back down. That's just what I feel would happen in the event of some sort of scam. Bug eater DeFi. We also have real DeFi, Pulse. This is Pulse. And we have PulseX, still pooping around, still more than 80% down from the day one sacrifice. We have Combined Hex here. There's this little jippity print here, which is a fake print, friends. It's just a weird thing that TradingView does. So Combined Hex is 2.1 cents. Obviously, look, at 5 cents, it's only down minus 90%. So, I mean, no one can get excited at all. But you shouldn't even get excited. Everybody's starting to get excited about ChainLINK, and it's above the $10 mark, which is 80% below all-time high. So, for Hex, that would need to cross 10 cents. So that's still 5x away. Just want to give you a friendly reminder as well. I did recent portfolio updates. If you haven't, got the memo. Overweight Pulse. Overweight PulseX. Underweight eHex and pHex. So I've got 66%, whatever it is, 2/3 are in Pulse and PulseX. 1/3 in eHex and pHex. It's not my exact ratio, but I want to give you my exact ratio. But if anybody was to be a cookie cutter, that's the one that's the type of thing you do. And then you have an optionality in case the spreads keep widening. And we're going to have a look at the spreads exactly right now. This is Hex, Pulse. You see this? Everyone's like, wow, it's just so strong. It's just so strong. I mean, see, these are spreads, friends. You understand? Spreads don't have like this constant up-only thing. They're not outrights. You're measuring an asset against another asset. So when you're seeing like, oh, wow, I just want to buy the highs, you've got a flippy mentality. These are mean reverty type things. They don't always mean revert per se, but tops of ranges are not meant for buying. They're usually meant for selling. It shows you, okay, one thing's taken its turn of being strong for a couple of months, half a year. All right, maybe the other thing's going to take a turn. You don't know, not financial advice. You just flip it. Look at this. This is what I like to see. And got to remind you, that's why you don't go all in. So just in case it goes down here, wants to screw around, who cares? You get to get way more. And the multiplier will be even bigger when it reverses. You go, wow, you make... This is the free T-share, by the way. That's what the trade would be. You get in here, if anyone dares to do it, I'm all in with it. So if anyone dares to do it down here, what you do is you go, okay, wow, if I wrote it all the way back, I get plus 200%. That's a 3x. So you're literally, the price of Pulse and PulseX, you're buying free 15-year stakes for Hex, pretty much. You're getting a triple on your Hex. And it's liquid, and it's not staked. So that's another way to look at it. Because you're making this plus 200%, that's the yield on Hex. But right now, it's not down there. I mean, right now, you can get, what, plus 130%. If it goes around, and maybe it takes 18 months, you know the deal. Papa, how's our PulseX going since 2 years ago sacrifice, huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's been a wild ride, hasn't it? Just watching everything crumble. Gonna have to play some angel music for that one. It's funny, Eric has come back. Eric made a post here. He goes, I'm shocked this wasn't the investment idea of a decade. Now, I'm gonna be honest. If Eric posted this, what he's about to tell me, in December about PulseChain, I would not have touched PulseX. What he's about to tell me. He goes, I had my ex-girlfriend text me, Eric. An ex is an ex for a reason. Don't use the C word on yourself. Eric's ex-girlfriend texted me to ask if her drug dealer friend should put his mother's savings into an ICO fork of Uniswap. So he's talking about PulseX. He goes, yes, there's already ICOs on top of PulseChain. They're all 100% unregulated. So this was back in May 2022. So it was already in. I'm just going to be honest, friends. Once you start hearing stuff like this, you know it's game over. It's really game over. You know, overblown, too many people in. That's what happens. So now you know for next time, right? Now you know when... This is the equivalent of a Jim Cramer saying your thing's going to go up. You just know, all right, it's this... There's nobody else left to buy. Once these people who have nothing to do with crypto are coming in, putting their mum's savings, so... You know what I mean? Once they're willing to betray the trust of the family, that means they're so emotionally charged, they want to get everybody in. They want to try rescue and save everybody. But unfortunately, the way markets work, once that happens, there's no one else left to buy. You got to take the risk. It's funny, when you look at the prices now, you're like, wow, how do I even have family members left? Well, that's how you know prices are cheap, because you're questioning that. Once you start to see people like, oh my gosh, I got to get my parents into Bitcoin at $80,000 before it goes 800 and flips gold. That type of talk, super dangerous. All we can do is speculate when that type of talk will appear. That's what everyone's guessing. And you know, it's a waste of time. You're like, well, it's me saying, well, I think that type of talk is going to happen at 80,000. And other people saying, oh, no, I think it's going to start at 150,000. Like, no one knows. But look, I know in my loins, I want to tell you something. Look how excited people are right now. Your portfolios are still down. Everyone's still down 90 to 95% from their all-time high. A lot of people have done leverage trading. They got destroyed buying meme coins. Alts are down. Hex dropped minus 99%. It hasn't recovered. Pulse and PulseX, nowhere near recoveries compared to expectations. ChainLINK, $10, $11. Do you know how many fundamental news got released for ChainLINK? Do you know how much I wanted to vomit? I'm like, man, who the hell is doing this to us? Because all this fundamental news came out here and it still took 1.5 years and you're still down 80% from the high. You're all a freaking scam, man. You see all this frustration? Well, as soon as there was a green candle, everyone's like, oh, sweet, we're back. Now, I want you to imagine what happens when all the coins go back to only 60% or 50% from their all-time high. Think about that. Think about that level of excitement. And then I want you to think about what happens if they went at all-time high. Well, everybody's just told us they're going to get out, right? And now I know new people are going to come in. That's what happened in last cycles. But there's a difference now. In the last cycle, friends, we didn't have 419 million people. We had about 100 million. You see? And we're diminishing the gains. So from 100 million to now 419 million people, that's almost 500 million people. I want you to think about that. Now, you might say, oh, we're going to have 1 billion people next cycle. Yeah, that's not that much, man. That's only a 2.2x on the total crypto number of people right now. So rough Metcalfe's Law, that's like a 4x of the value creation. All right. Now, if you just summarize all of crypto, that's what you get. So this is the total crypto. Don't worry, it works. It works for any chart you have, but this could be it. This could be it. So there's your 4x there. Maybe we go from 419 million people up to 1 billion people in this next cycle. There's your 4x. By the way, no one's getting out here. Don't even think anyone's getting out. And we'll be lucky to get this. This is a lot of value being made because all the billions of dollars. Remember, this is total 3. It removes Bitcoin. It removes Ethereum. This is a lot of money coming in, but it might not be in the coins we think. It could be real world assets, printing, random stuff, and just, you know what I mean? It's not. It might not be directly that. Hopefully, we hope it is. But that's just something we've got to keep in mind. And everybody's looking for the exit signs right now. Well, you know, something interesting. A lot of people wanted exit signs back in 2017, 2018. Yes, that was with 100 million people. We got to 400 million people. We were able to smack it up. Do you want to know something fascinating, friends? This is the actual fascinating thing. This is total crypto market cap. Don't worry, it works for everything. Look at this. If you draw the low to the top, it's about a 20x. Yeah. So the total crypto industry from that low, from the amount of people in, it grew at 20x. But I just told you we had 100 million people and then we grew to 419 million. Have a look at this. 419 million people from 100 million people. That's 4.19x. If you do that squared, you get about a 17x on the value. If you're using rough Metcalfe's Law, I haven't done this before. I'm not even making this up. I'm literally doing this for you live. Isn't it scary? You're like, oh, what the hell? So all we did was we went here. Let's say, friends. See, you don't know the future. You're just guessing. Okay, so it's not like it's a secret formula. But it's fascinating that. Let's say you're down here. It's a bear market. There's 100 million people in crypto. Those are the stats. And then you say, all right, well, we're going to have 419 million people in the next bull market. See, you don't know that at the time. But if you just say, okay, one day we'll get there. You go, okay, we're going to grow. The whole industry is going to grow that 20x from here, roughly 15 to 20x. Now, of course, it's not so easy because most of the gains went to Doge, Binance, Cardano. Most of the gains there. You also had Hex appearing as well. And none of the gains went to all of the others in the top 100. It was very tough compared to that. It's going to be even tougher again next cycle. So now we're looking at it. We're like, okay, we can do the same thing. We go, all right, well, there's 419 million people today. Can we get to 1 billion people? That'd be great, wouldn't it? That'd be like a 2.2x. Well, there you go. You end up here. But you don't know the composition up here. So yeah, the total altcoins is 1.4 trillion. You don't know. There's going to be, by the way, this does include stable coins, unfortunately. They are part of it. So how much of that's going to be stable coins? Real world assets is going to be an issue. Why? Because real world assets includes treasuries and bonds and tokenized real estate, which is garbage because they're not adding any crypto. They're printing a token. They go, okay, you have $1 billion of value, and then you just sit there. You can't buy it for any leverage or degeneracy or doing anything. It just exists. It's like printing a stable coin and leaving it there, and you don't have access to it. So that's one way this thing goes up as well. I hope it doesn't as much. You know, is there going to be an artificial intelligence influence, AI? Okay. Now, when I draw this number, what does everybody believe? Everyone believes, oh yeah, it'll be my coin that returns to the all-time high. Yeah, but statistically, 99% of what we think is going to happen, it's not going to be there, right? You had your Doge, you had your SHIB appearing up the top here. Maybe they don't appear as much, but like we're hoping something new appears and we get some sort of narrative. That's what we could do. It really is hoping and coping. We're speculating. If there was knowns and certainty, there would be no informational edge to gain here. There'd be no reward on the upside. So how high do you think crypto is going to grow? Don't forget, I'm just going to tell you right now, every single macro analyst, presentation, video, every interview, I've gone through them, okay? I've gone through a lot. I know what you're going to do. When we go up here, you're going to pull out Raoul Pal. You're going to pull out some other macro dude. You're going to pull out Bitcoin maxis. You're going to pull out everything that you can and say, well, we're not actually stopping at 1 trillion. We're going to like 5 trillion. I know they're going to do that because I did that in the last cycle. You see, either they're really naive or they've dumped and they've trimmed along the way, but they're still bullish, okay? Because I'll never forget one thing. Now, Pantera Capital, they are known to be like, super bullish on crypto. They've been in since 2013. And whenever they speak really well. So this is the founder, dude, Dan Moorhead. He's like really smart, sharp. Yeah. He always sounds like really positive. Woohoo! We're going to pump to the moon. Yeah, it's going up. Oh, wow, it's just great. But then I tell you about this self-reported story from your friend Somi here. And we're going to have to join me with some angel music because during the Terra Luna collapse, it was revealed. If you zoom in here, Pantera, you see this circle here? They were dumping the top of Luna while going out and telling everyone it's got so much more to go. It's going to kill it. Oh, wow, you better get in now. Whoa! Oh my God, get pumped right now. You better buy $100 Luna. You see? I made reports on this, friends, during this time. Look at this. This was June 2022. One of the supporters of Terra Luna was Pantera Capital. I do like them and follow them. Surprising that they exited 80% of their position before the crash, turning 1.7 million into $170 million. They made 100x on it. As they shilled Luna, they were dumping on retailers. See arrows. See, I went back. This is your friend Somi here. It really is your friend. I went back to their videos. I dated the videos. I got the exact dates and I put them on the chart. I found the exact pre-crash Luna chart and I'm like, wait a minute. You were literally dumping for 100x profit and telling everybody it's the buy of a lifetime here. Ouch. Even the bottom. Pantera Capital were the guys who went on many YouTube channels to talk about Luna greatness at the top, then later showed reports that they dumped 87% of their position on retailers. Now they admit they bought the top of Bitcoin dominance. Read notes carefully. Oh man, they were fading Ethereum as well back last year. It didn't work too well. So here's the actual news. Like I went through it. It hurts to see this, man. Like this is the actual peak. Look at this. Bang, right before zero. You see, so when this happens, you're going to get more of this. That's why I'm prepared for it now. And everybody, when it goes up, they're going to, remember what I tell you, price moves first, then the news follows. So price moves first, then people are going to say, wait a minute, there's another country adopting Bitcoin. The country of Chad is going to adopt Ethereum. We have so much more, trillions of dollars coming in. Oh my God, Mark Zuckerberg has a new cat named Ethereum. You see that type of stuff coming out? Well, when that comes out, people are going to then raise the bar of what they expect. Too much. And then eventually they're going to get trapped all over again. That's why we're going to be ready for that. Once that starts happening, we're going to be ready for that now. Don't let anyone convince you you're not bullish enough. Don't let anyone talk to you like that because I speak to everyone. They're not here 18 hours a day. I am. They think I'm a team of people. No, I can just do things really fast and really efficiently. I speak to everyone. What do you think? Friends, I could be telling you right now, no, we're going to have the biggest bull market of all time. I don't care. Who are you? I shouldn't need to even care this, but from the bottom of my heart, I'm telling you, everybody is going to be bent over and then attacked with an eggplant raw. It's going to feel like sandpaper. There will be no lube. They're not going to pay for dinner. They're not even going to call you the next day. You're going to be used and abused, left on the bed. So you got to be careful, man. If you're not careful, all right, learn it the hard way. Because I'm going to do this the easy way. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button all. I love every single one of you. Catch you soon.